Before we start with today's video, if anyone wants any software for a business, he or she can DM me and we can link up. Today we are talking about how you can transition yourself from an employee to be an entrepreneur. To be an entrepreneur is not an easy task. It takes changes. It takes time. It is more than quitting your job. So you can't just dream today that I want to be an entrepreneur and the next day you are called entrepreneur. No, it takes time. There are hardship you have to endure. There are pains you have to go through. There are certain things you must go through, the ups and downs, the failures, everything to be an entrepreneur. So it doesn't take a day to be an entrepreneur. It takes time. It can take you more than 5 years to achieve your goal as an entrepreneur. In as much as you want to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't stop you from being an employee too. So you can be an employee, take your time, you plan, you have your budget, you plan, this is the business I want to do, this is what I want to do. You plan ahead. So you plan ahead. To be an entrepreneur is not an easy job. It's not an easy task. So as an employee, you are specialized in a certain area. You are specialized in a certain field. The field are, maybe you are a teller, you are a manager, operations manager, or the cashier. That's the field. You being the cashier or the teller, the operation manager, the branch manager, you are specialized. You are specialized in a certain field. You are specialized to take certain operations. You can't tell a manager to operate as a susu collector. No. You can't take the task of a manager for a mobile money vendor. No. So you are specialized in a certain field. You are specialized with a certain task. And you have to accomplish it. That is an employee, the status of an employer. But with an entrepreneur, you have a generalized idea. You have to get what? A generalized idea. You must have a knowledge about each field. So to transition yourself from an employee to employer, it takes time. There are certain things you go through. In my previous video, we did about what? Cash flow quadrant, where we talk about the E quadrant, S quadrant, B quadrant, and the I quadrant. Whereas I told you that the B quadrant is what? Big business. The E quadrant is an employee. The S quadrant is what? Small business. And the I quadrant is what? Investor or investment. So in this quadrant, we are talking about what? E. How you can transition yourself from the E quadrant to what? An entrepreneur. Either small or what? Big is an entrepreneur. So to transition yourself from what? An entrepreneur, or no, to transition yourself from, sorry, sorry, to transition yourself from employee to entrepreneur, it takes what? Time. It's a journey, not a smooth journey, a rough road. The maths, the pit you will fall in, but you have to stand up. It takes what? Time to be an entrepreneur. There are certain things we will talk about as you want to be an entrepreneur. we talk about certain things I think you have to go through to be a successful entrepreneur. So it doesn't take one day. As I sleep, no, I dreamt that I want to open this business. The next morning, I call myself an entrepreneur. No, it doesn't work like that. It takes time. There are certain things you must endure. So I like one thing in the Quran. It says, after every hardship, there's an ease. Same as to entrepreneur. After your hardship, there's an ease for you. So if you ask yourself, an entrepreneur born, the question is useless. In that, I will also ask you, are employees born? You can be employed in a certain task without prior knowledge, but the training you will be given determines if you can accomplish that task. So employees are trained in a specialized area, whereas entrepreneurs learn. So with an entrepreneur, you don't have any graduation day. Every day you will be learning, learning throughout, every day learning. That's an entrepreneur. You must learn till you die. There's no time for everything. You must learn, learn, learn. Every day you must learn about new strategies. You must learn about business ideas. You must learn about every field that you find yourself in as an entrepreneur. So you can't just sit down, have opened this business, and you want things to go smooth as an entrepreneur. No, you must take certain charges. So entrepreneurs or employees are not born. Some are naturally born entrepreneurs. Some are naturally born entrepreneurs. But those who learn, those who take their time to learn more, becomes better than such of them. You can do your findings to see. So there are certain things I want to talk about, and I think it will be of help if we can enjoy it. The first one is what? Ability to change philosophy from security to freedom. You want to be an entrepreneur, not just because of everything, but you want to what? To be financially free. That's why you want to be an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur, you want to be free, financially free from everything. But employee, you were seeking for job, you were seeking for job, and you've gotten it. So you are what? Under someone. You are being secured by someone. So in order to be free from that security, you must what? Have the philosophy, have the mindset to change from that security to what? Freedom. You must what? Transition yourself from being an employee to an entrepreneur. That's what? The ability to change from your philosophy, the ability to change your philosophy from security to freedom. The second thing we want to talk about is the ability to operate with or without money or resource. So as an entrepreneur, your ability to operate without money or resource or less resource determines whether you will be a great entrepreneur or not. So you are not always asking, I want I want help from this person, but I couldn't. So I didn't do what I had wanted to or I planned to do. I want to establish this business, but I have no money. I was seeking help from this person and I couldn't get, so I've stopped. You are not an entrepreneur. So you must think to get the resource to do your business. So to be an entrepreneur, you have to get the ability. You have to be what? Able to operate with or without money or resource. In that case, you will be determined as what? Entrepreneur. You can't just sit down and want every help from everybody. You want help from everybody. You are just seeking help. Oh, I need this from you. I need this from you. I need this from you to operate, to take this tax. You are not an entrepreneur. So in order to be what? To be a, in order to be a great entrepreneur, you must what? Take charge. You must operate with or without money. You are considered an entrepreneur. The third thing we want to talk about is what? Entrepreneur is an active learner. So you are not considered entrepreneur if you don't learn. Learning is a continuous process. Learning is a continuous process. The day you stop learning, that day your brain stop functioning. So in order to achieve great success in business, you must learn. You must learn business strategies. You must learn principles of what? Businesses. You must learn business laws. The laws that regulate the business. You must learn everything about it. If not, you always pay you always pay money to people because lack of knowledge, my people perish. You will perish in your own business. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. Do you want to perish in your own business? You don't have any idea, but you want to operate. You are not a business mogul. You are not an entrepreneur. You must take what? Your learning serious. That's an entrepreneur. The other thing we want to talk about what is the courage to be responsible for your own business. You want to open business and you don't want to take what? The responsibility. Who should take responsibility for you? Hmm? If open your business, you are an entrepreneur, but you don't want to take charge. You don't want to take responsibilities. Who should take responsibilities for you? If anything is going wrong, is it an outsider to take that responsibility? No. You are an entrepreneur. You must what? Be courageous to take every responsibility your business go through. The ups and downs, the failures, everything. You must take charge. The other one is what? As an entrepreneur, you have to get a generalized education rather than specialized. So in the beginning, I told you that employees are specialized in a certain field, whereas entrepreneurs have what? Generalized idea about each tax. So you have to what? Get little knowledge about a taxes. About every field, you have to get what? A little knowledge about it. You have to learn, get knowledge, get knowledge, learn. Learn about everything. Learn. You must learn till you die. You must learn about business strategies, business laws, financial, everything you need to know about businesses. You must learn. You must have what? A generalized idea. You must have a generalized idea. In order to succeed as an entrepreneur, you must have what? A generalized idea. You don't be a narrow-minded. I am only focusing on this area. So this is where I am focusing. This is where my attention is. No, you are not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur, you have to what? Get a generalized idea about every other businesses, every other tax, every other fields. In that you will be considered as what? A great entrepreneur. The last one I want to talk about is what? Ability to manage people and resource. Ability to ability to manage people and resource they do not control. So how do you manage people as an entrepreneur? How do you manage resources in people's care that they do not have control over it? How do you manage it? Every entrepreneur has what? Different managing style. So to be an entrepreneur, I put this question to you. How will you manage people? How will you manage resources that they do not control? How do you manage resources that you, the entrepreneur, you do not control? You don't have any control over that resources. So as an entrepreneur, how will you control it? That is the challenge I am throwing to you. So earlier on I said there's something in the Quran that I love most. There's uh, a verse that goes, in every hardship or difficulty, there is an ease. So as an entrepreneur, after your hardship, after your endurance in your pains, the failures, the ups and downs, there is an ease for you. So you will not struggle forever as an entrepreneur. There's an ease for you as an entrepreneur. There's an ease, and surely there will be an ease as an entrepreneur. So in order to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't take a day or overnight. It can take you 5 years, it can take you 10 years, it can take you 20 years. And to be an entrepreneur, there's no age limit. There's no age limit. You can be an entrepreneur even at 15 years. You can be an entrepreneur. I know a 7-year-old girl who braids hairs. She's naturally gifted, but she can what? Be trained to be better person, to be a better version of herself. So you must what? In order to be an entrepreneur, you must be educated. As I said, an entrepreneur has no graduation. You don't have any graduation day. Just learning newspapers, learning articles, learning books. For you to be considered what? A great entrepreneur, you must learn in every field of life, in every aspect of business, in everything relating to business. You must learn. You must take charge. You must take charge. So you can't open a business and you want others to take charge for you. You want others to take the responsibility of the business for you. No. As an entrepreneur, you must take charge. My name is Dawood Nketia, and we will do more videos for you. Thank you very much.